I locked him live on stream. He's not locked again. He's got himself out of prison. He's like in Houdini. Don't know why. He's the only champion that never stays locked. He wants to be free. I don't know why. It seems to be just my account that it happens on. Getting trolled by my own team. He wants better gear. He's got pretty damn good gear. Like, he needs to chill out. He's doing all right. Savage gear. 6.2k attack. 274 crit damage. The fella's doing all right. 177 speed. We'll take it. It's fine. Stay locked, Calvalax. Right then, let's build out Inithwe. I've been thinking about this. What should we do here? Should we do immunity Inithwe versus immunity Foley? I'm trying to work out what to do. Should we just do a straight up best damage I can get out of him? Or should we do something a bit more tactical with it, like an anti-hedgy sort of team? You reckon do Inithwe, Ethos versus... Just go full damage. Build him in regen. Maximum damage. Okay, let's do maximum damage now. Let's just do it. 100% crit rate. 170 speed. Change the thingy for damage on his A3. That's it. I don't want to include my lock though. I don't want to mess up all of my builds. I put custom glyphs on, basically saying that I can... let me just see what they're saying at the moment, actually. Let's just say I can glyph up to 5% attack and I can glyph up to 3 speed. Of course, maximum damage. Yeah. Where does Inithwe come in where Foley doesn't already win? I feel like Inithwe comes in where, like, Foley's only got one ability that keeps people dead and it's on a long cooldown. So if Foley doesn't do his job first time, then you're in trouble. I feel like Inithwe has got multiple chances to do his job. He's got an A2, which actually hits hard, as well as his A3. So I feel like it's a slightly different use case. But I think he fails dramatically versus someone like a Candy or someone like a Trunda, you know, a lot of the meta champs. He's also Void. Yeah, that's a good point. Void affinity is really strong as well. So he's got 2 strong abilities. Okay, where are we at? 100%, 264 crit damage, 7.2k attack. Now, he is slow. You might be like, that's not even a speed that can work. My Trunda for my actual team is at 180. So it's not like my Trunda is particularly different to this speed. And I've still got some speed that I can glyph up. So maybe he's a bit slower than like a usable build. In fairness, I probably need about at least another 15 speed on him, but it's not like miles away from where it needs to be. It's not miles away, and with glyphs I can get another easy 10 speed into this build. So let's see what he's like. Let's see what he's all about. I guess we start with Dragon, right? So we don't have a weak in here. So let's go on this Tyrell. Let's hit that A1 again. So 229. I mean, it's not a big difference, right? It's not a big difference. 229 versus a Phoenix like 500 odd K. It's significant. Significant difference. Inithwe's booked, yeah. Inithwe's fully booked. So Inithwe gains what? Like, I think it's 15% damage from books from memory. 15 or maybe... Yeah, I think it's 15. So A2 then. This hits hard, by the way. This is a hard hitter. 180. That's for one of the hits. It's a triple hit. Triple hit. But if I was to do it, let me show you hitting someone with full health. Because it does more damage based on the amount of health that the enemy's lost. So if we're going against someone full health like this, the A2, go against a defensive unit. 110, 190. See the way it's scaling up? It should kill anyone, really. It should kill anyone, right? It should kill absolutely anybody. We will try it, actually. Yeah, good point. We'll try it on the boss. But let's just try the A3. But it's got to. Don't forget, this is like optimal setup here. In the arena, you don't get this optimal setup of all of these damage buffs. Trunda can kill people on her own. She doesn't need the increased attack. She doesn't need decreased defense and weaken. She just does it. This dude needs all of the setup. That's his problem. So let's just slow down. A3 then. This is what was buffed. The rest of this stuff wasn't buffed. It's the same. This is what was buffed. 220 to 270. And that is block reviving everybody. It's kind of strong, actually. It's pretty strong. It's up there with... Who's it up there with? It's like a... Oh, man. Well, it's like a Foley A2, honestly. It's a pretty similar number to Foley's. This is his problem. Look at him. He takes one little tap and he's half health. Then he's dead. That's his problem. He's so reliant on other people keeping him in the fight. That's what he struggles with. Trunda can take a couple of taps. It's like a Herndig. Herndig's known for good damage. Let's see what he does on Dragon here. 50 odd K. A1. Didn't have all of the buffs and stuff going on though. A3, 160k. It's not bad. Does Foley live better? No, I suppose Foley doesn't actually. Foley doesn't really live much better either. They're both weakish. That's like... What's that, like 450k on the A2 against Dragon? We're on Dragon 20. So it's not like we're talking endgame Dragon here. 260k on the A1. He's got damage. He's built to do damage and he can do some damage. So look, I mean, in this team, obviously he's the damage. So he's going to be doing good numbers. But is it enough? How much harder can he hit without being broken? Yeah, I personally don't feel like he needs to hit harder. I feel like he needs some way, like a Candy, of staying in the fight for another turn. That's what I feel like. So let's just get him into an arena fight first. I'll basically sub him in for my Trunda. I mean, like gold 5 here. So most of these fights are reasonable opponents. Let's take Trunda out. He goes in. Now, the benefit we've got here is as long as you're not fighting a Lydia, he keeps people dead. That's a big, big plus. Keeping people dead. When you've got Duchesses and Arbiters all over the place, keeping a damage dealer dead is a big plus. So yeah, no increased attack. Trunda mops this up all day long. No increased attack. She's like that. I don't care. They're all dead anyway. Yeah, but I should, because I'm using Hedgie here, I should get the advantage of going first. I should lock everybody out with my Warlord, so I've got no problem with that. I then come in with my Sleep to give my slow dude time to get going. Lock out A2. Like, eventually he'll get a go. And then we A3 here. So A3, with no decreased defense or anything like that, Trunda would kill the whole team. Okay, Trunda would. Foley wouldn't. Foley would kill one person, maybe two. Ethos would struggle to kill the whole team. Yeah, so it's not like everybody kills the whole team here. Trunda's the only one really that can do this effectively. There's no way Duchess is dead here. But the thing that this dude can do is deal with the damage dealer. He can come in, take out the damage dealer with his A3, maybe kill another, and then the threats are gone. If the threats are gone, maybe you win the fight just through default. Would Leo kill the whole team? Maybe. Maybe not, though. Leo does his damage when he's taken damage. Killed the damage dealer and kind of got these low. Don't forget, he's in strong gear right now for me. It's not my best gear, but it's strong. Yeah? It is powerful. But the only person that can really kill me is dead and can't come back. The other thing you've got to remember is if Phoenix was in this spot, he would single target do that all day long as well. That's without attack up. That's without decreased defense. So it's pretty good. I don't know how good the person I'm fighting is here. He's also a bit of a target, though. Look at this. They're all after him because they know he's weak source. But they don't have their main abilities. They don't have any damage in this team now. Does it again. 2 more dead. And then he should come in with his A2 and just mop up. Or his A1. There you go. He can't deal with this. Obviously, he can't deal with Swift Parry. But he does kill the others around it. He can't deal with anything like that. Who else should we fight here? Foley is good against Foley, obviously. For the same type of reason. Let's try this team. I meant not Foley, Torment. Block him out. If I sleep here, he gets to go, but he's only A1 in at me. Oh, I didn't. Wonder what that was. Full lockout. He's coming at him. See that? He's coming at this dude because he's the weak source. So I would have to do it so that Hedgie took the damage instead of him. Yeah, let's see what his A3 does here. No decreased defense. No increased attack on me. I mean, the damage dealers, one of the damage dealers is dead. Half health in Torment. Let's just come out. Let's see what Trunda in that same position would do. So Trunda, for me, built to basically deal with this stuff. Yeah, that's what she's in my team for. So that I don't need all the increased attack and stuff like that. And this is my core team, by the way. This is the team I use day in, day out for fast farming, yeah? For this, to fight this type of team. So this team is built to deal with this. Now, obviously, I don't block revive, so we won't get any sort of benefit against Torment. But A2 here. In fairness, we didn't kill everybody straight. Nearly, though. Much closer. But we didn't. So, I don't know. It's not like it's tragically worse. But if you're fighting like a tanky team, like this, pretty tanky setup. So I would normally use this for a tanky kill. So take her out, put him in. This will give me the benefits that I need, like the increased attack and that type of stuff, decreased defense. But I don't know if he's as bad as people are making him out to be. That's kind of one of the things I'm thinking here. People are making out like he's unusable. He's just, I don't think he's going to be meta, but like block revive's pretty massive with the amount of revivers that are around. So let's see. We've got a tank, very high HP. Tank, very high HP. Candy naturally reduces his own damage by 40%. And he's protected by net crit. Madame protected by net crit as well. So I guess let's go A2 first. Let's show you the A2 in action. On what, net crit? Should we try that? Needed one of the hits. Not 3. He had 2 more hits to go. The A2, but it's always been known to be strong, honestly. But that is bloody strong. Oh, it's just about stayed alive here. This is his problem. A3 then. So he's got decreased attack on him now instead. You could, like, if I was fighting this out and I wanted to definitely win, I would just A2 here. A2 here and ride out whatever's going on because I'm not guaranteed to kill him. I'm not guaranteed to kill here. I'm definitely not killing this dude with decreased attack on me. So I would just A2 here. But for the sake of this, for the sake of what we're doing, we'll A3. Did he go right down? I know Vogoff healed a bit, but he didn't like go down and then heal back up like that. Or did he? Swift parry did proc. Maybe he did. Oh, he did. Yeah, no, fair enough. What about if I had him in with this sort of setup? This is me aiming to go first, but with some protection here. So we get protected by a net crit, which should mean that he's pretty damn hard to kill. I might just let us take a hit here. Let's see what this Candy does against a protected. Just ping someone a minute. See how much he hits through, because we haven't got any protection in this build at all. Obviously, far weaker. His A2 is strong until, yeah, okay, so we basically don't even get a tickle here. His A2 is strong, but if you're going up against shield, that doesn't count like you're hitting through anything. So that's why it looked very weak there. Just hard to know how good these enemies are, honestly. With increased attack, I feel like he's useful. Is he better than Foley? That's the question, because Foley is doing the same role. I feel like he's got more chances to get block revives away. In a net crit team, I think he's actually pretty solid. My net crit is built, yeah, pretty much high health, shield set, like 80 odd K health, shield set, reasonable defense, good resistance, like 690. I mean, I feel like he might have some playtime. I don't know. Anyone else feel like he's got some legit playtime here? Or am I just being, maybe I'm being a bit optimistic? See what he does on auto. Like, so we're up against, yeah, like, not even getting tickled by a Trunda. Don't get me wrong, that's purely net crit that's doing that, not him. A3, through shields. Just depends how well these people are geared, but this is not a tanky team, so he's absolutely crucifying some of these guys. There's a lot of revivers around, yeah? So let's say that Duchess is the only one. Like this team here is a good example. This team is hard to kill, generally, right? It's a pretty hard team to kill. In terms of it's tanky and there's a lot of defensive mechanics. So if you can kill the threat and keep them dead whilst you're working back through the rest of the team, there's got to be some benefit to that. But I don't know if he gets through it without the decreased defense and clean off. That's the trouble. Like, this is probably quite a naturally slow team, yeah? Which means that I probably don't need all of this speed going forward. Yeah, like if Madame was cleaning off first, obviously then that would make it a lot easier, which I could do. I could have brought the Madame in for this fight. Just interested to see how he does versus tanks. So like ally attack here. Let's say we went for either the reviver. I guess we just go for the reviver. As long as he's coming in, oh, he hits late. Maybe I've not got him in the right turn order there. Or maybe he just didn't have the damage. But then he comes in. So I could either A2 probably kill someone, or just take the reviver out. But I've not dealt with the threat yet. I don't know. You really want to deal with the threat, I think, which I couldn't because Candy just hides if I've got buffs. But the trouble is you do need someone that's going to protect him because he's so weak. If he's not being protected by someone, then I think you straight lose. If he's going to take a hit, he's definitely dead. But he hits. So this is probably more like the sort of team I'm thinking of. Double revive. You've got one threat. One threat to take out. Is he more useful to you than... I don't know. Who... This is the trouble. Like, you come in here, you have to have the right protection for him anyway. Take out the threat. What can they do to you now? But as I say, Phoenix could do that exact same job. The trouble is, if you made him hit harder, then he would be busted. Like, totally busted. So I don't think you could really push his damage up too much. The only thing you could do is give him some inbuilt mechanics like we're using Necret for here. Ignore defense, yeah. Ignore a portion of defense could be cool. Because then you've still got Swift Parry and Stone Skin and Reaction. There's all that stuff that still counters him. Yeah, loads of stuff can still counter what he's doing. I just feel like, yeah, against exactly that. Against the kind of stall reviver teams where there's one threat. I think if he can take out the one threat, then you're in business. But look at this, like tanky team here with double ways to stay in the game and give Solus a chance to hit. Like, he's got nothing against that. He just can't pummel through it. Then I suppose no one could have really, could they? Is anyone getting through that? Probably not. But slowly but surely, as long as he's got some protection, he starts whittling them down. It's a potential. I don't know. Do we win this fight? Like, I could just see him in an arena defense as an annoying champion. That's the only way I could see him playing. Arena defense as a surprise package. But against quality opponents, they would just pick up on that straight away. Stone Skin, yeah, I actually did think about that in my head. I don't have a good enough set of it, but Stone Skin and Inithwe could be kind of brutal. And obviously no bad affinity matchups. Because the other place where you might use him is either Doom Tower Waves or in Ice Golem, right? So Ice Golem, if you're struggling to keep those side ads down. But again, if you're on like stage 24 or 25, those ads have got a ton of health. You've got to keep him alive long enough to do that. And that's hard to do. Like, his build would have to be very different to what I've got here. We would have to have a lot more. This would have to be HP % chest. It would need a lot more survivability he's got right now. Let's have a quick look with my Stone Skin. Now, my Stone Skin is crap, is probably what I would use. It's probably the words I would use. Crap. I don't even know if I could do a damage build with Stone Skin, honestly. I'm just going to roll a couple of things up. I'm going to see what my best Stone Skin build could be. Who do we put him with here? Who are we assuming that he's going alongside in a kind of like troll arena defense? If you're trying to bait someone into this, it probably is. I feel like, does he even need Necret? Necret, I guess, protects him if I had him in protection gear. What about if it was like a more of a budget version? A protection Necret, yeah, I don't have one built out. I'm not going to build that. Boku would be good, actually. Maybe it is just that, I mean, if we're going for a strong one, I think you would just, yeah, maybe you just do this. I don't know if my code who's built. Just check. Got it matters a lot, but... Oh, she's in frenzy gear. Okay. So start an auto. Like, we're going to get blended. What do you reckon? Do we die? Do you reckon he dies against a blender? Necrit, I think pretty certainly will be protecting Inithwe because Inithwe is squishy as hell. Like 32k health. Very low. I think that's lower than what she's got. Yeah, she's got loads more. Protected. And it's got Stone Skin anyway. Here comes the blender. Increased defense should pop. And does. We got tickled with the blender. She's ally protecting as well. Was that his hit? Did he just... No, that was her hit, wasn't it? That was the AoE from her. He hasn't gone yet. He's still chilling. I like to see it on 1 scrim. I reckon it's not a bad troll. Let's just try a random team. Like, this is going to be a strong team here. Locking us out with Warlord. Do we ever get back from that lockout? Magnars are going to be a tough one to kill. Like, this is kind of one of those teams where it's, you think this team is weak. Block revive number 2. It's not enough damage there. See, that's really where you want to see a one-shot right there. Like, if that was a one-shot right there, then I would be pretty enthusiastic about this team, honestly. Does that Stone Skin even do anything? It's a good question, actually. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe we've got so much protection that it doesn't. But he's our only damage, so he kind of has to be alive. Popping people left, right, and centre, though. What are you saying against this team? Yeah, I've got auto, obviously. This is based on an arena defense, not an arena offense. So Ramantu's blocked. Oh, so he's cut out. I see what you're saying. So he cuts out our block revive mechanic, which obviously is not good. Why is it only landed on him? We have block debuffs up everywhere else. And at this point, having him in Stone Skin is actually just affecting our team negatively because all of my damage is gone, basically. Yeah, it's just not enough damage, is it? But then I guess the whole point here is we're trying to be an annoying defense, not a good offense. But I don't know if it is really. Against a strong team, maybe it just gets wrecked. As I say, I play in Gold 5. I very rarely see Ramantu. Maybe he's mainly on offense, to be fair. He's not much of a defensive unit, is he? I don't know if this Trunda is even trying right now. Duchess is just laughing at him. Or at her. Who do you reckon's doing the most work in my defense here, by the way? Out of these 3, it's obviously not the dude that's sitting on his ass, but out of these 3, who's doing the most work? Like, Kyoku's an awesome champion, right? But saying that, Necrit is stopping us from actually taking the initial chunks of damage. But yeah, Kyoku's doing a ton. Inithwe's just napping, yeah. Thought you're napping, Inithwe. I take it Ramantu did get block revived. Because she is not picking anyone up. I didn't see it, but I'm assuming that she is block revived. He is block revived. And this is it. It's like, I guess if this is a proper offense, then people are making better decisions. I think we win this over time. Somehow he's on his ass again, though. This might not end. Yeah. I actually think Stone Skin's not doing him any good here. He'd be better off in his old build. Yeah, I don't know about this guy. I think if you've got the gear to run him, like, definitely, if I had a +4 on this guy, he would be 100% in teams. But I think there's just too much that blocks him being amazing. You know, swift parry gear is a problem. Reaction gear, obviously, a problem. I wouldn't go for this build, though. I would just go full damage if I was using him. Anyway, right. I think we're going to call it there, guys. Awesome. Have yourself a good rest of the day. I will see you on Friday for another stream. Up until then, make sure you check out the new Sky Peak Tower, now in red. Cheers, guys. See you later.